The sun peeked over the trees. Golden light filled the forest. Birds sang a morning chorus. It was a beautiful new day. Dewdrops clung to leaves, sparkling like tiny diamonds. The air was fresh and cool. The forest was waking up. Everything felt alive with possibility. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves. It carried the sweet scent of wildflowers. The forest was a magical place, especially on mornings like this.
Today is a day for adventure.
High in a tall oak tree, Simon the squirrel stirred. He yawned and stretched, his bushy tail twitching with excitement. Simon poked his head out of his cozy dray. He looked around at the familiar surroundings of his treetop home. The forest was calling to him. He scampered down the trunk, his claws gripping the bark. Simon loved to explore. He couldn't wait to see what the day would bring.
Time for breakfast.
Simon's tummy rumbled. He gathered his favorite acorns, crunching on them with delight. But today something felt different. He watched a bluebird pecking at a juicy berry. Simon had never tried berries before. He wondered what they tasted like. Curiosity bubbled inside him. He had to try one. Simon decided to find some berries of his own. Adventure awaited. Simon scurried through the undergrowth, his tiny paws barely making a sound on the forest floor. The morning sun filtered through the leaves, casting dappled shadows that danced as he moved. He followed his nose, sniffing the air for a hint of sweetness. The scent of fresh berries was faint but unmistakable, and it made his whiskers twitch with excitement. The forest floor was a busy place, teeming with life. Tiny insects scurried about their business, and small creatures darted in and out of the underbrush, each on their own quest. He dodged the busy feet of ants, careful not to disturb their orderly march. The ants were always so focused, and Simon admired their determination. As he continued his journey, he greeted a family of deer with a flick of his tail. The deer, gentle and graceful, nodded in return, their large eyes filled with curiosity. Everyone seemed to be out and about enjoying the beautiful day. Birds sang from the treetops, and the forest was alive with the sounds of nature. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of searching, he spotted a patch of bright red berries. They stood out against the green foliage, a beacon of promise. They looked so juicy and delicious. Simon's mouth watered at the sight, and he could almost taste their sweetness. But a grumpy-looking hedgehog guarded them jealously. The hedgehog's spines bristled, and it eyed Simon with suspicion.
Those berries look tasty, but how do I get past that hedgehog? Simon pondered, his mind racing with ideas. He knew he had to be clever and cautious if he wanted to enjoy the berries without getting into a prickly situation. Maybe he could find a way to distract the hedgehog, or perhaps there was another patch of berries nearby that wasn't guarded. Simon's adventure was far from over, and he was determined to find a way to satisfy his craving. Climbing a nearby tree, Simon looked out over the forest, hoping to spot another berry patch. The view from above was breathtaking, and he took a moment to appreciate the beauty of his home. With renewed determination, Simon climbed down and continued his quest. The forest was full of surprises, and he knew that with a little perseverance, he would find what he was looking for. And sure enough, after a bit more searching, he found another patch of berries. This time, there was no hedgehog in sight. Simon happily munched on the berries, savoring their sweet taste. His quest had been a success, and he felt a sense of accomplishment as he enjoyed his well-earned treat.
Simon approached the hedgehog cautiously.
Hello, those berries look delicious. May I try one?
The hedgehog squinted at Simon.
These are my berries. Find your own.
Simon was disappointed, but he wouldn't give up. He ventured deeper into the forest, his tail twitching with determination. He was determined to find new and tasty berries. The forest held endless possibilities. Just when Simon began to lose hope, he stumbled upon a clearing. It was filled with berry bushes, bursting with ripe, colourful berries. He had never seen so many different kinds of berries before. There were red ones, blue ones, and even purple ones. Simon was overjoyed.
Wow, look at all these berries.
He tasted each kind, savouring the sweet and tangy flavours. He filled his cheeks with berries, gathering enough to share with his friends. As the sun began to set, Simon made his way back to his oak tree. The The sky was painted in hues of orange and pink, casting a warm glow over the forest. The gentle breeze rustled the leaves, creating a soothing melody that accompanied Simon on his journey. He felt a sense of peace and contentment as he walked, knowing that he had made the most of his day. He climbed up to his dray, his heart full of joy and his tummy full of berries. The climb was familiar, each branch a step closer to his cozy home. As he reached his nest, he took a moment to look around, appreciating the beauty of the forest from his vantage point. The berries he had gathered were a testament to his hard work and determination. He shared his bounty with his squirrel friends who eagerly gathered around him. Their eyes sparkled with excitement as they saw the colourful berries. Simon felt a deep sense of camaraderie and belonging, knowing that he was part of a close-knit community. The joy of sharing his finds made the berries taste even sweeter. Telling them all about his adventure, Simon's voice was filled with enthusiasm. He recounted every detail from the moment he set out in the morning to the thrilling discovery of the berry bushes. His friends listened intently, their imaginations running wild with the vivid descriptions. Simon's storytelling brought the adventure to life, making them feel as if they had been right there with him. They listened with wide eyes as he described the different berries. Each berry had its own unique flavor and color, and Simon's friends were fascinated by the variety. They asked questions, eager to learn more about the places he had visited and the things he had seen. The conversation flowed easily, filled with laughter and curiosity.
And there were red ones, blue ones, and even purple ones. Simon's excitement was contagious, and his friends couldn't wait to taste the berries for themselves. They marveled at the vibrant colors and imagined the delicious flavors. The forest was truly a treasure trove of wonders, and Simon's adventure had opened their eyes to its hidden gems.
The forest was quiet now, bathed in the golden light of sunset. The day's activities had come to an end, and a serene calmness settled over the trees. The golden light filtered through the branches, casting long shadows and creating a magical atmosphere. It was a moment of reflection, a time to appreciate the beauty of nature and the simple joys of life. It had been a good day, full of new experiences and delicious discoveries. Simon felt grateful for the adventure and the memories he had made. As he settled into his nest, he knew that tomorrow would bring new opportunities and more adventures. The forest was a place of endless possibilities, and Simon was ready to embrace them all. With a contented sigh, he closed his eyes, ready to dream of the next day's journey. Simon curled up in his cozy dray, his tail wrapped around him like a blanket. The gentle rustling of leaves outside his nest was a soothing lullaby, and the cool breeze carried the scent of pine and fresh earth. It was the perfect end to a day filled with excitement and discovery. He was tired but happy. The day's adventures had taken him to new corners of the forest, places he had never seen before. He had met new friends, tasted new berries, and even found a hidden stream that sparkled in the sunlight. Each moment was a treasure, adding to the rich tapestry of his life. He closed his eyes, thinking about the day's adventures. The thrill of climbing the tallest tree, the joy of finding a particularly sweet acorn, and the laughter shared with his friends echoed in his mind. These memories were like warm blankets, wrapping him in comfort and contentment. He had learned that trying new things could be scary, but also very rewarding. The initial fear of the unknown was always overshadowed by the joy of discovery and the sense of accomplishment. Each new experience made him braver and more curious about the world around him.
I can't wait to see what tomorrow will bring. The forest is so big and full of wonders. There are so many places to explore, so many friends to make, and so many adventures to have. Every day is a new opportunity to learn and grow.
The forest was full of surprises, and Simon was ready to discover them all. The vibrant colours of the flowers, the songs of the birds, and the rustling of the leaves all promised new adventures. Simon knew that each day would bring something new and exciting. He drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures and even more delicious berries. His dreams were filled with images of lush green meadows, sparkling streams and towering trees. He imagined himself leaping from branch to branch, discovering hidden treasures and making new friends along the way. Tomorrow's adventures awaited, and Simon was ready for them.